And he said, the Prophet ﷺ said to me, Inna Allah Ta'ala, listen to the hadith that he was struggling to bring. Inna Allah Ta'ala إذا كان يوم القيامة نزل إلى العباد ليقضي بين الناس وكل أمة جاثية. He said, on the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will descend to settle the scores once and for all between people and judge between them. And during that time, every nation will be on its knees. And then the very first people who will be called to stand in the court of Allah will be a man, Jama' al-Quran, who had amassed the Quran, memorized it, recited it. The very first to experience the reckoning from the billions, hafiz of Quran. The second, رَجُلٌ قُتِلَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ, a person who was killed in the path of Allah, shaheed, jihad. A third, وَرَجُلٌ لَهُ مَالٌ كَثِيرٌ, a person who had a lot of money. All of the nations are watching. This is how it begins. Before the kuffar and the munafiqun, it begins with them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring the one who had memorized the Quran and he will say to him, أَلَمْ أُعَلِّمْكَ مَا أَنزَلْتُ عَلَى رَسُولِي, did I not give you knowledge of what I had sent to my messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? The man will say, yes, O my Lord. Allah will say to him, so what did you do with that knowledge? The reckoning has started. The man will say, قَرَأْتُ فِيكَ الْقُرْآنَ آنَاءَ اللَّيْلِ وَآنَاءَ النَّهَارِ, I recited Quran night and day. Allahu Akbar. Then Allah will say, كَذَبْ, no, you speak a lie. And the angels will say, كَذَبْ, you speak a lie. Then Allah will say to him, you only recited Quran لِيُقَالَ إِنَّ فُلَانًا قَارِئٌ. You only did that so that people say, what a good reciter he is. وَقَدْ قِيلَ ذَاكَ, and that is exactly what people said. You wanted dunya, you wanted praise, I gave you what you wanted. Today and the hereafter, you have nothing with Allah. Then Allah will summon the second. This is a man who was killed in the path of Allah. Imagine jihad and then fighting and then dying in the cause of Allah. Supposedly, Allah will say to him, what did you do with your life? The man will say, قَاتَلْتُ فِيكَ حَتَّى قُتِلْتُ أَوْ أُمِرْتُ بِالْجِهَادِ فَقَاتَلْتُ فِيكَ حَتَّى قُتِلْتُ. I was instructed to carry out jihad when I was alive, and so I did it, and I fought, and I died in your path, O Allah. Allah will say, you're a liar. And the angels will say, you're a liar. You did that so that people say, فُلَانٌ جَرِيءٌ, you're a brave man. وَقَدْ قِيلَ ذَاكَ, and that was said. Then the third one will be brought. Who was he? The one whom Allah had given a lot of money. Allah will say to him, أَلَمْ أُوَسِّعْ عَلَيْكَ حَتَّى تَرَكْتَكَ لَمْ تَحْتَجْ إِلَىٰ أَحَدٍ. Did I not give you so much money such that you never needed a favor from anyone? And the man will say, yes, oh my Lord, you did. Allah will say, what did you do with that money? He will say, وَصَلْتُ الرَّحِمْ وَتَصَدَّقْتُ. I used to spend on my family and I used to give in charity. Allahu Akbar. Allah will say, كَذَبْتُ, you are a liar. And the angels will say, كَذَبْتُ, you are a liar. But you only gave that money so that people say, فُلَانٌ جَوَادٌ, such and such is a generous man. And that is exactly what people said about you. Then the Prophet ﷺ, as Abu Hurairah said, then the Prophet ﷺ put his hand on my knee and he said, Ya Abu Hurairah, أولئك الثلاثة أول خلق الله تسعر بهم النار يوم القيامة. Those three people, O Abu Hurairah, will be the very first three who will be cast into hell on the day of judgment. What was their downfall, brothers and sisters? What was their downfall? Intention. There was no lack of action, don't get me wrong. Some of them spending the night in Salah, Quran. Others spending his money. We love money. The third died. He gave the most precious gift to his Lord. None of it was worth anything to Allah because the intention was missing. La ilaha illallah. Ikhlas we translate as sincerity. What does this word mean? from an Arabic perspective, purely from a linguistic perspective. Ibn Faris, the linguist, he said in his book Maqayis al-Lugha that the three letters, the origins of Kha, Lam, Sad, Aslun, Wahidun, Muttaridun, وهي تنقية الشيء وتهذيبه. He said the three letters of Kha and Lam and Sad, Kha, La, Sa, which is the origins of the word ikhlas, sincerity. He said this means to purify something or to refine it. To purify something and to refine it. So you take something that you want, there is a skin around it, or there is ore around it, there are extras around it, there are impurities. So you purify that matter until you get to the core of what you want. In this case, it is Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. Till you get to the core, the essence, the pulp of what you want. That is ikhlas. Just from an Arabic perspective, to purify and to refine something. Look at how the Quran uses this word. Describing milk. Do you know any drink that is purer than that? They say it is whiter than milk, or purer than milk. Allah said, وَإِنَّ لَكُمْ فِي الْأَنْعَامِ لَعِبْرَةً. There is a lesson for you in livestock. نُسْقِيكُم مِّمَّا فِي بُطُونِهِ مِن بَيْنِ فَرْثٍ وَدَمٍ لَبَنًا خَالِصًا سَائِغًا لِلشَّارِبِينَ. We give you a drink from its bellies, the livestock, that comes from excrement, between excrement and blood, and between it we give you a drink that is khalisan, look, ikhlas, that is purified, palatable for those who drink. So Allah Jalla Jalaluhu described the milk that you drink from the bodies of those grazing livestock as being a drink that is khalis, pure, refined, because it's coming between two areas of the body that carry filth, an area that carries blood and the other that carries excrement. Between them comes this refined, pure milk. And you say it is whiter than milk. It's a miracle from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you were to spot a drop of blood in your milk, or say a drop of excrement, just a drop of excrement in a barrel of milk, you wouldn't accept it. It'll be thrown away immediately. Because milk is khalis. That's how it should be. It should be khalis. And similarly, if our deeds have a drop of insincerity in them, they are at risk. They are at risk. Because Allah wants deeds that are what? Khalis. Do you understand now from an Arabic perspective where this word comes from? Ikhlas, something that is pure and something that is refined.